Hey guys, back at it again with another video, and this one is very important. So I suggest that if you're a girl and you have your period, whether or not you just got it, or you're going to get it, or you've had it for a long time, you should watch this because I'm hoping this period survival guide will provide some tips and advice, or maybe it'll just entertain you, I don't know. And let's just get right into it, shall we? Don't like long intros, so yeah. Oh, did I mention I'm Sage? I keep forgetting to mention that at the beginning of my videos, but hi, my name is Sage, and subscribe. Now we'll get into the options. This is like the normal stuff, like what you should try using. These are pads. These are super ultra thin because this is what I prefer, and I'm blessed to have a very light period. But besides pads, I also use panty liners, and you might be like, what's the difference? Well, if you don't know, panty liners are extremely thin. They're more like meant for before your period or after your period when you're having discharge or your period is really light, like the flow is lighter and lighter and lighter until it goes away. So that's for days like that, before and after your period. And if you don't know what discharge is, it just means like other fluids that come out before your period. So it means your body's like getting ready to shed the uterus lining and stuff like that. So those are the two options that I use, but I have tried tampons. That is another option if you want, like, everyone's different. Everyone like prefers like a certain method over another, and tampons are completely fine. I've tried them. I just don't like personally find them that comfortable. I'd rather it like just flow out rather than being like plugged up. I don't know, that might seem like TMI or whatever, but personally, like, don't be scared of tampons. If you really hate pads and you want to try something new, talk to your mom or just go get them yourself. And yeah, like, it didn't hurt that bad. You just got to insert it properly, and tampons are fine. You should try out any of those options, whatever works for you. And finally, we're gonna get into the fun part of the video, which I'm sure you've all been waiting for, is the other products that I use while on my period. And the first thing is an app. If you're not tracking your period on an app, I don't know how you do it. I'm impressed because I have a very irregular period and there's no way I'd be able to get through it without this app. And there are many apps in the App Store that you can check out, but this is the one I love, and I've tried 3 apps now. This one, it's right here. Oh, sorry, the lighting got weird. This one, with the circles, called My Cycles. So let me open it up for you. This is just the calendar that you track, and if you don't know what apps are used for, it's just basically you put in your your cycle, obviously, like your flow and your symptoms, and this is what the home screen looks like. I know, adorable cat, right? Come on, how could you not like it? And it's extremely important, especially if you're sexually active. It'll tell you the days you're fertile or you're ovulating and things like that, and it'll predict when your next period is coming. And like I said, My Cycle's very amazing, very helpful, and the more you insert data, the more it'll be accurate for your next period. So that is the first product. Now the second product I have is this wonderful tea. It is called Women's Moon Cycle Organic Tea, and it's caffeine free because caffeine actually will affect your symptoms on your period. Sorry if the lighting is changing. So this tea has a bunch of different ingredients called ginger, cinnamon, chamomile, raspberry, among a bunch of others, and it's basically meant to help soothe the minor tensions and discomfort of your monthly cycle, and it relaxes and soothes the mind and body and cramps and things like that, and it tastes delicious. I love this. If this is kind of like a spicy tea, and it's like kind of more on the expensive side because this one's like organic and like super healthy or whatever. But if you want to try a different tea, then I would suggest peppermint tea, like a normal peppermint tea. Just make sure, like I said, no caffeine. That will actually worsen some of your symptoms. Peppermint tea is good for relieving cramps and relaxation and soothingness, but this one especially is like actually formulated for your period, so I highly recommend this one. The next one, again, this is for cramps. During my first few years of having my period, I didn't really have cramps, and then I got cramps really bad, and I finally understood what everyone was talking about. And a heating pack like this. This one's huge. It looks like a big pillow, And this is an electronic one, so you plug it in, but there's also like hot water bottles and things that you just like heat up in the microwave or whatever, and you set on your stomach, and just the heat helps soothe your cramps. And really invest in one if you have bad cramps, because I mean, girl, you just gotta do it, you know, like it really helps. It great. The next thing is ibuprofen, and ibuprofen personally works the best for me. I know there's other options, Advil and Midol specifically for periods, but this is just an off-brand ibuprofen, like the Target brand, because you don't need to buy like the ibuprofen brand. It's the exact same ingredients. This helps overall pain, so not just cramps, but if you get headaches or back pains or other things like that. So just the trick to these is you want to actually take one before you start getting the symptoms. So you know, like you're on your second day of your period, and you know it's like this is your heavy flow day. Take one in the morning when you like get up, and it'll help relieve the symptoms throughout the day, rather than if you get, or like you already have the symptoms and you take one, it's going to take longer to like kick in because you're already dealing with the cramps and you're like, ugh, you know. So okay, another thing, wipes. Now, I'm sure you have seen, like, in the feminine care section of, like, any store that there is, like, what are they called? I can't even remember what they're called, but there's, like, feminine body washes and wipes and, like, all that other stuff, but it's actually kind of expensive, and you might be like, should I be using those, or, like, what are they for? And basically, it's just to help clean out your vagina, because obviously you got, like, blood flow in and stuff. But you don't need any of that stuff. Like, it's actually not really recommended unless you're dealing with something specific, like you have an infection or anything like that. But I would suggest staying away from anything that's scented, like including pads and panty liners. They're not good for you. You shouldn't have things that are scented, and you shouldn't be using soap in your like vagina area really at all. You should just clean it out with hot water. If you're worried about smelling, because obviously there is going to be a smell, then I suggest wipes, because I use pads and the blood is already like flowing out. It's not the same as tampons where everything just kind of stays in. I feel like I get like dirty, I just feel unclean, so I use a wipe, and it also helps with the smell. And these are just like $2 baby wipes, because that's all you need. They're meant for sensitive like areas like that, and it has vitamin E and aloe, and they're way cheaper than any of those like period brand like stuff that's like meant for your periods. They just mark all those prices up just to be difficult. So your baby products. Last product is when you're breaking out. I know hormonal breakouts are the worst, but this will help, and it is a natural solution. And let me zoom in here. This is tea tree essential oil, and this is amazing for breakouts. As soon as I switched from like using heavy chemical acne products to more natural products that are like made for sensitive skin and stuff like that, my skin has really cleared up. I'm not wearing any face makeup. I don't wear makeup except for mascara, but it's really helped. And tea tree oil, like especially on really big pimples and zits, because I know it happens during your period, it's really lame. You just dab a little bit on and it works a lot better, and it's a lot healthier, and it smells kind of like almost like peppermint. And if you don't want to buy the actual oil itself, because you can order online or it could be expensive, then you just look for a product. Like, I'm pretty sure they sell a lot of tea tree oil like acne products, stuff that actually have this ingredient in it. So look for that in your acne products, and that like the Body Shop specifically, I think they have a whole line of tea tree oil stuff. And yeah, I just dilute this is like the actual concentrated essential oil. So it's made from like the actual plant, and it works, like I said, amazing, and I like the smell. That's it. Now we got to the, wow, I'm surprised this video is so long, but all my videos are kind of talky, so I apologize. We got to the general advice area, which is number 1, to help with cramps and just other symptoms in general and just mood. Remain active on your period. And I know this is a lot to ask. I'm not telling you to like go to a gym or like go run a mile or some ridiculous thing like that. Like, I can't do that. I don't go to the gym, but I do 2 things to help with my mood, to keep me happy, and to relieve cramps, and that is walks. I take my dog on a walk every single day, and this is especially helpful for your body because you need to actually be moving to help relieve symptoms. It's proven that if you keep exercising, like you're regular exercise routine that it will actually help lighten up your period. So that's important. And then stretches. I do lots and lots of stretches when I'm on my period. You can look up like specific poses, like yoga poses for your period, and they work really well. And like I said, it just helps to stretch out your body and then go on a walk. Even if it's 10 minutes somewhere outside, I'm telling you, it's worth it. And the next one is, of course, treat yourself, but not too much. I'm a huge chocolate lover. I try my best to not go too crazy because then I'm just going to like eat all this junk food and then it's going to make me feel like crap later and then I'm going to break out a bunch. So it's not worth it. So I suggest if you're going to get chocolate, get dark chong. And dark chocolate is proven to help. It actually has nutritional benefits compared to milk chocolate and it fills you up more. And there's like actual things in it that will help you feel happier. It helps release like the, I don't know, what is it? The serotonin. It helps release serotonin in your brain, which is like the happy hormone. So we all know hormones are going crazy during your period and you really need to kind of help. So that, and then the drink besides tea that I always have is cranberry juice. I don't have any chocolate or cranberry juice because I ate and drank them all already. This is like the 4th day of my period. But cranberry juice is also really beneficial for your vagina, like your vaginal health, and it's proven to help prevent infections and things like that. It like helps keep the bacteria from sticking to your uterus walls. So it's delicious and it helps curb my sweet tooth because it's super sugary. When you get like the ones with sugar added, obviously it's like super sweet and it's delicious. So I drink that or the period tea and have chocolate, and those things help, you know, with my sweet tooth. But if you really must have ice cream, try buying stuff that's on the healthier side, I guess. Another one, I literally wrote this down, is get a shit ton of sleep and water, which is so true. Just freaking pick any water bottle, like, and just keep filling it up because you're dehydrating like on your period. Obviously you're losing blood. So you want to be drinking extra water, and this will help, again, your mood, this will help your skin, this will help cramps, bloating, everything. And yeah, the other thing is sleep. So just getting at least 8 or more is really going to help you on your period. This was super long, of course, and I'm happy if you made it this far. Shit, like, thanks for staying. Join the fam, you know, like, subscribe, like, comment specifically video suggestions and things that you want, or comment out your worst period story because I would love to laugh at those in the comments. And yeah, I hope you subscribe and see you guys later.